That's me.
And that's me.
Together, we are about to take a week-long adventure road trip across Europe.
We're going to travel 1,500 miles by foot,
Train
car,
and boat,
across 4 countries.
all to get our hands on a very special car.
Please join us for this episode. It seems like every other inn or pub you see has some Robin Hood type name.
We're on our way to Rufford Abbey in the town of Allerton. This is Rufford Abbey. A Cistercian abbey, it was officially blessed in 1156 by Pope Adrian IV
It operated until 1536 when Henry VIII closed it.
and gave the property to George Talbot, the 4th Earl of Shrewsbury.
It was George Talbot VI that turned the abbey into a fine country house in 1560 by adding wings to the north and south ends of the old abbey, all to avoid his estranged wife.
In 1626, the estate passed by marriage to Sir George Savile, a supporter of King Charles I. King Charles I visited in 1642, on the way to raising his standard over Nottingham Castle. Rufford Abbey, the farmland, the Rufford Mill, and the timberland surrounding it were a profitable economic engine until the First World War, a time when many large country estates declined.
Why does the child in ill-fitting pants have no arms or head?
That is incredibly creepy.
Yeah, not creepy at all. No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, it's been a long day, so let's leave the abbey and go find a place to eat and sleep.
Onward to Ravenscroft, a bed and breakfast in Mansfield.
The place is fantastic. Built in an Italian villa style, it dates from the 19th century. So this is our amazing bed and breakfast in Mansfield. Very interesting style here. It's getting pretty stormy out there. We should check the weather before we walk anywhere. Make sure it's not gonna rain on us. Very nice.
A nice dinner, a soft bed, and a quiet stay ends our day.
But first, I have thoughts about dessert.
Right.
All right, so this is a cookie dough sandwich. I don't know if this is a normal thing in the UK, but it's amazing. It's literally cookie dough with caramel in between and ice cream. And they need to make this in the United States. This is incredible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
And the next morning.
Hey Taylor, where are we going today? Where are we going today?
Nottingham Castle. We're gonna go see the caves and go pick up parts at the Figaro shop, and maybe go to Diddley Squat if we have time. Maybe. We'll see how it is.
Gotta put your shoe on first.
trying to.
And then we're going to go downstairs and have a full English breakfast. Do you know what's in a full English breakfast?
Beans.
Beans. I think there's more than beans. We'll report back.
Ahem. A full English breakfast consists of eggs, sausage, baked beans, grilled tomato, grilled mushroom, ham, fried bread, and toast. Served with a jam, marmalade, tea, or coffee, and orange juice.
What did you discover?
It's a sugar. Look at that. It's like a little sugar robot. I'm so delighted by that.
And after that filling start to our day, we are off to Nottingham Castle on the River Trent. Thank you, Ravenscroft Bed and Breakfast. Why is there a goose statue in the traffic circle?
Exit the roundabout onto Mansfield Road. In a quarter mile.
nottinghamcastle.org.uk.
This rock has a long history as a castle, starting with the Normans, who built a Bailey-style structure in 1068,
But then that burnt down.
and was replaced with a stone castle by William the Conqueror.
Next, King Richard moved in.
Went hunting here, then on a crusade. Prince John and his cronies moved in.
Then were besieged and routed.
Nottingham Castle from the Inner Bailey Yard. Oh, you think medieval castle? Oh, neat, look. Medieval castle. It's going to be in the countryside. And yeah, no, not so much. It's pretty much right in the middle of the city. Kind of reminds me of the Alamo.
Soon, Isabella of France moved in with her lover after killing her husband, King Edward II. King Edward III didn't take kindly and staged a coup, coming up from the River Trent through a tunnel passage known as Mortimer's Hole.
Uh-oh, watch out for the fox.
Brewhouse Yard. All these little village houses.
It ceased to be a royal residence by 1600.
But Charles I chose it as the rallying point for defense in the English Civil War.
After several battles, the parliamentarians took the castle and tore it down to the ground. William Cavendish, Duke of Newcastle, built a grand mansion on the site in 1679.
Deciding to keep the name Nottingham Castle because he liked it.
But rioting villagers burnt it down in 1831.
The view from the cliffside of the castle. 1,000 years ago, there were villagers living down there. There's still villagers down there. And then if you whip around at the structure itself, which has been replaced. It was replaced in like 1670s. But still, so much history on the top of this rock.
And finally, in 1875, the shell of a building was restored by architect Thomas Chambers Hine, ignoring the original floor plan and turning it into an art museum.
Whew. Even with only the highlights, it takes a bit to get through 1,000 years of history. Well, Nottingham Castle's been fun, but we have a lot of miles to do, and lunch is calling me.
Let's go have lunch at Diddley Squat Farms. Don't look at the friggin' camera. Drive the damn car. All right, so second day of driving, we went through the middle of Nottingham downtown area that was terrifying and white knuckled it, but we survived, and now we are on the M1 going south to Diddley Squat Farm. So
Yay.
don't look at the friggin' camera. Drive the car, clown. All right, so enough fooling around. What are your impressions now that you have had some time behind the wheel?
The car's tight. I mean, it doesn't like wander all over the road or anything. I thought it was gonna have little car syndrome where, you know, every little bump makes it skitter. It doesn't really do that. The seats are incredibly comfortable, although I can't move mine back far enough to truly be comfortable with the back folded up. So I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time with that back folded down as much as possible. It keeps up with traffic, no problem. Fifth gear is really high. You don't use fifth gear until you get over 65, which, you know, it doesn't sound like very fast, but on this motorway, it's quite fast, especially in the rain. The engine is rev happy. It revs to like 5,500, but it really doesn't make power until you hit about 2,800. And then all of a sudden it's real happy. Anything below that, and you're going to start lugging the engine. It just doesn't really like it very much.
How do you like shifting?
Shifting, I'm still getting used to. I keep screwing up and hitting fifth instead of third, but you know, it'll just take some practice, I suppose. It doesn't feel natural, and I have to think about my shifts all the time to make sure I'm actually, oh yeah, you have to shift. You know, I had one scary moment where the windshield wipers just quit in the middle of the windshield for 10 seconds.
That was fun.
Don't know what that is. Yeah.
Let's just hope they're tired and now they're gonna keep going the rest of the trip.
Yeah, they just needed a little break.
Yeah.
You know, have a little 10-second nap and then back to work.
Yeah, we got lucky the first day. It was very nice and sunny, and that was great because we were out hiking around Sherwood Forest. And today it is definitely much more England weather because it is dreary and cloudy and rainy. And I think that's how it's going to be today and tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get the traditional English,
the typical English weather.
English weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. Any other final thoughts?
There are too many buttons in here to work lights, and I don't know what any of them do.
There are a lot of light buttons.
There's a button here. There's a button next to it that also has lights on it. Then there's a button over here. And next to that, there's another button with lights. And then there's a rotating control down here. And I don't know what any of them do, other than if you push this one, with our current configuration, the headlights do come on.
There's also a button, the turn signal button.
Oh yes,
so there's lights.
Yeah, this
We
is
got
like
lots of lights.
past a flash, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see how it works, but yeah. So we gotta exit now. I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
This is what they call a road. This is a 2-lane road. Again, this is a 2-lane road. I see. I'm gonna stop here. For the passing. Yeah, they call this 2 lanes. Ridiculous. This is so tight. These country lane roads. Oh boy.
It really is a big old farm.
So here we are at Diddley Squat Farms, our second stop of the day. The farm store made famous by Jeremy Clarkson's Amazon TV program. It's really good food. They have a neat little farm store. Thumbs up.
Check out these fields.
we're off to another amazing spot. But we've run out of time for today, so if you want to see what we get up to next, check out the next episode.
Next up,
A proper castle needs a moat.
there is a fatal flaw in this little cutie.
Road work is universal. I don't know how to work a Skoda radio.
I don't know how to fix it.
We'll just have to talk to each other.